Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. In the last episode, we completed the secret chapters of our adventure, leaving behind our main story with a bang. And with our main journey / story now behind us, there's only one thing left for that we can possibly do, and that is to begin Donkey Kong Saga inside the crazy world of the Rabbids. And with my small break from this world and everything to do with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I honestly quite missed everything to do with this game and its crazy antics. But with the return to the series now here, it's definitely been a long time coming, since it's been about 2 months since I blasted an episode for this series. So, that being said, I'll see you all right after the intro for Donkey Kong's story, and we'll be jumping headfirst into our brand new Banana Craze adventure. So, with that being said, honestly, it's been a while. It really has been a while. And honestly, with everything to do with, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet now officially over and done with, since, like I said, I was recording this series before we actually got to do Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And honestly, now that that's all over with, I can officially come back to this with a bang. So, honestly, with that being said, I'll see you guys after the intro for the Donkey Kong story, because there is a small intro before the actual game actually starts. So, honestly, with that being said, I'll see you guys very, very soon, and we'll be getting right into our new adventure.
Wait!
And with that being said, we are now officially in the world of, well, technically it would be called Donkey Kong's Adventure, but honestly, Donkey Kong Saga also kind of works, but honestly, here we are. We're officially in the world of Donkey Kong. And although it said completely different dimension based on the cutscene there, so that's interesting. But Rabbid Kong was also in there, so that was very interesting to see him, because he was the main boss of the first world. So that's kind of fitting that, he was part of the, I guess you could say just in general, the creation of the Donkey Kong adventure of this world, which is kind of interesting. But, here we go. Oh no. Where's the rest of the washing machine? Where are we? Marooned on a tropical island with no means of warping back. We have to reassemble and fix the washing machine by finding its missing parts. It's our only hope to get back to the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, yeah, that definitely would make a lot of sense. But the thing is that's only one part of it. The other one went flying somewhere else, and who even knows where that is? Look, I see some locals, who I'm sure will be willing to help. I'll just need to sweet-talk them. Ahem, pardon me. We're in need of your quaint assistance. Donkey Kong, ground pounded primates. Rabbid Cranky, ever crumpy rabbid. Okay, and here we go, our very first battle, which is really quick, honestly. But, honestly, with the fact that we do have a whole new group of allies to work with, because of the fact that, well, it seems like Rabbid Peach is going to be completely alone when it comes to the original cast. So, I guess we're literally going to be stuck with, let's be honest here, good old Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong here. But, technically, Rabbid Cranky Kong, as we should be saying. But, honestly, seems like it's definitely going to be quite fun, for sure, nonetheless. So, here we go. The mighty Donkey Kong. Let's put those bulging biceps of yours to work against these tropical Ziggies. Okay, so our new variant of Ziggies are tropical variants. Okay. Did you know you're strong enough to pick up most cover blocks and throw them? Now that's an interesting ability. Okay then. So Donkey Kong can pick up blocks. That's interesting. And it said most, so obviously not the metal ones. But we could probably try, just to see if we could. But I'm gonna say probably not, because that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe the ice ones, though. You can also grab allies and enemies alike, to toss them elsewhere on the battlefield. Okay then, so we can grab our allies or enemies. Huh, okay then. Probably grabbing an enemy would damage them, if you throw them, I would think. Ooh, Rabbid Cranky, my sensors detect that your boom bow conceals some formidable firepower. Let's check it out. Okay, so he's got a bow. Okay. So what exactly are we working with? So 280 HP, not bad. That's a good start for Donkey Kong. 6 movement cells, that's about Mario. Pipe exit range is only 3, though. Dandelion dismount range. Dandelion dismount range? What's that? Okay, then I have no clue what that is. Throw range of 6 cells. Enemy throw damage is 20, so when we throw them, we do 20 damage. And he's got some kind of banana boomerang kind of thing. Okay, for 20-30 damage. DK ground pound for 45 to 50, so basically a melee. And then he's also got what seems to be a hero sight, but obviously Hairy Eye is what's called here, for 20-30 damage. And then Magnet Groove draws enemies within range to DK, which is kind of like Rabbid Mario's magnet ability. Okay, seems simple enough. And then Rabbid Cranky, 200 HP, not bad. Same movement as Donkey Kong, 20 dash damage. Rump Jump is 30 damage. Okay, that's an interesting idea. But what kind of ability is that? It looks like you jump off of maybe an ally and maybe do damage? I'm not really sure. Boom Bow is for Vamp. Okay, 40 to 50 damage. Barrel Bolt is... Barrel Bolt? Not sure what that is. Then he also has his own version of Hero Sight as well. So we have 2 Hero Sights, and then we have Rabbid Peaches, which should be about the same abilities as she had before. And then long story, enemies within range fall asleep. Oh, fall asleep. Okay, so that's a new status. And it looks like, yeah, okay, so Rabbid Peach is the same for the most part. Okay, seems simple enough. Okay, well, let's get right on into it then. Just because I think we got an idea of everything. So I guess we should probably figure out how these work, to be honest. I'm going to say probably what we should do is obviously try out this new grab ability. And it looks like you cannot grab steel ones, so I was right on that one. So we'll grab this little fire barrel here, and then get behind cover, I guess. And then we can toss... Actually, you know what? Wait a minute. If we're going to toss fire, we might as well have our sights up, because they're going to move no matter what. So let's definitely set that up, I would think. Just because that would be pretty smart. And then we can grab our fire barrel, go behind here, and then we can toss this right at them. For it looks like we can hit maybe 3 of them at max, which is not bad. I'll definitely try that out, and then let's see how this works. Because we should get some decent damage out of this, nonetheless. And honestly, just in general, no reason not to try out our little sight here. Thing is it looks like Cranky Kong's weapon does indeed hurt allies. Okay, so that could be a little... I'm not really sure on that one, because that could be bad. But the thing is he does have Vamp, and it looks like it's AoE, based on his Barrel of Fun ability here. So maybe it won't be too bad. I guess we'll find out on that one. It really depends on how we have to use it. And it's not 100% that it's going to work. Oh, and apparently Donkey Kong can still attack after doing that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay then, we'll definitely go for the banana ring there. Or boing-a-ring, or however you say that. But honestly, not bad. Okay, cool. And then we do have some new versions of our little blaster for Rabbid Peach here, which is pretty cool looking. It looks like they're all fish-based. Which, honestly, since for old time's sake, let's send out a sentry, because it's a little bit of nostalgia for me, honestly. Because our little sentries with Luigi and Rabbid Peach were a big part of our strategy during the main story. So we get to at least keep one of our main characters, which is good, because, let's be honest here, we use Rabbid Peach and Luigi for... Or not Rabbid Luigi, but Luigi specifically for the entire game, pretty much, just because of their strategy being pretty solid, honestly. Okay, so we got 500 bananas, 150 each for the trophy bonus, which was another 150 bananas, and then something called a rune. Okay, and then new weapons available to just visit the Battle HQ. Okay. Well, we don't have the Battle HQ in this world, so where do we go for the Battle HQ here? Because we shouldn't have one, because, you know, the Battle HQ is kind of in the other dimension. But maybe they'll have something for us. Probably in the main hub we'll find something. But, here we go. Say I remember you too. You were in the basement when Spawny put on a Super Merge headset. The Megabug must have brought you here, instead of the Mushroom Kingdom. Regardless, we're glad you found us when you did. I didn't realize they were in the room when we were at the original area in the very, very beginning. Huh. That's still cool, though. This is apparently where they ended up going. So, apparently they've been stuck in this dimension this entire time, which is kind of unfortunate. Hold on, I think I can translate. Dang blasted machine fell apart in the dang blasted sky. Dang pot washing machine parts everywhere. Sounds about right, based on how he's talking. Yes, we need to find the washing machine and its scattered washing machine parts. Can you draw us a map? That would definitely come in handy. Looks like that's a maybe. Not really oh, apparently he doesn't really remember. So, probably a map would be a bad idea. At least Donkey Kong seems to know where we're going. He says the barrel cannon can get us to the main island, where the missing parts are. That's good to hear. Also, Cranky Kong is definitely crazy, that's for sure. But honestly, It's been a while since Cranky Kong has been like a major part in any Mario game. So it's actually kind of cool to just, even though it's not the Cranky Kong, it's obviously a Rabbid mixed with Cranky Kong, but it's still pretty cool to just see Cranky Kong in general in any fashion in a Mario game where he's actually a main character. So I'll definitely say that because, let's see here. The last time I remember seeing him was from the Donkey Kong Country games, and that's pretty much the only time you ever see him. So it's pretty cool to see him, nonetheless, not gonna lie. He's also in the Mario Slugger game, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played that. The last one was on the original Wii, so it's been a long time since those games, but just in general, just seeing him is pretty nice. But let's continue. He says he wants to show us something. I'll take care of it. What does he want to show us, exactly? Thank you, but we'll take it from here. I'm sure you have your hands full, waving your cane angrily at teenagers. Yeah, I don't think that was a smart idea to do that with him. I don't mean to be rude. You're a great fighter and all, but I suspect you may slow us down a bit, and... I wouldn't have said that to a crazy old man, I'm gonna be honest. Not the smartest thing. And he is crazy and cranky now. Okay then. Nice little way of getting around, that's for sure. I like it. I'd rather we go. Got your walking frame or electric scooter. But if this speeds things along, so be it. Well, looks like Cranky Kong is definitely coming on our adventure, and apparently, although normally we walk around as, BeepO, but now we're actually walking around as Rabbid Kong. That's actually cool. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Or, I should say Rabbid Cranky, because Rabbid Kong would specifically be, Rabbid Donkey Kong, but still though, apparently this is our battle HQ though. So how do we exactly use these? Okay, so the relics are for our abilities. Okay. Interesting. And obviously, we should be able to use one for each character, based on how the orbs worked in the last one. So let's see here. Throw range, not bad. Enemy throw damage, that could probably be good. I just want to make sure kind of what we're working with here, just to kind of understand what exactly our abilities do and what we can do with them. Okay, it looks like we can increase cover damage. Increases the amount of damage dealt to cover points by primary and secondary attacks. That sounds interesting. Okay. And then primary primates. Increases your attack range for your primary weapon. Ooh. Now that sounds very interesting. That's definitely something I'm going to be grabbing for sure. It allows Donkey Kong to grab enemy ears, popping them out of the ground, and then throw them enemies away. Okay. Now that is very interesting to see. Because we couldn't do anything about enemies underground before, and now we actually have a way of dealing with them. And then, okay, here's the dandelion jump. Increases DK's area of movement after swinging off of a dandelion. Okay. Not really sure about that one. But interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna say we should probably start with probably increasing our range of our main attack. Because that is going to be his main source of damage, I would think. So I'm going to say probably go with that first, and then see what we can do from there. So, Rabbid Peach, I really liked her ability of dashing through a lot of things to do a lot of damage. She was definitely really good for that. Thing is she also has some really good abilities that would be detrimental not to grab. And it looks like she actually has a new ability for the cover bonus as well. That's interesting. Is high ground not a thing in this? It looks like it... Oh, no, it is. It's this ability. I always forget it's down here. But, interesting. And then we also have the weapon range, too. Okay, so she gets a whole new ability line, because she didn't have this before. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say probably for her... lowering the cooldown range, or at least making the... Actually, yeah, we can't get the cooldown range, but increasing our amounts of HP we heal might be a smart idea at first, because that ability ended up being very, very helpful Okay, and it looks like Rabbid Kong has a double up when he does his ability. So, for just Hero Sight in general, or Stink Eye specifically. So it looks like there's a couple things he can do. He can do his Grump Jump, which looks like, okay, yeah, you team jump off an ally and you attack an enemy, which is interesting, but it also triggers a free super effect. Interesting. Okay, not bad. I'm liking the idea of everything so far. But I'm gonna say maybe give him some extra range maybe for movement. Could be pretty good. But the thing is he might be something we might want to give him high range bonus because of the fact that, well, he's probably going to be off the ground a lot because we're going to be team jumping him in order for him to work. So maybe actually increasing his range for team jump might actually be smarter because of that. You know what? We're going to do that, I think. Okay. Normally, we wouldn't go, as crazy on the shopping in, an episode, but the thing is we are working with some whole new enemy, or, just in general, a whole bunch of new things. So making sure what we're doing with at least our first couple things might be smart. But the thing is I think, who was the one with the lowest amount of damage? It was Donkey Kong here. And damage bonus to hoppers, okay. I'm thinking it would probably be smart to increase Donkey Kong's damage right away, because he is doing a little bit less, because the banana here, or the banana boomerang, does seem to do a little less damage. But a secondary, though, apparently you can upgrade his fist. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. I like that, though. But I'm going to say we'll definitely get him a new banana, just to give him something to work with. Technically, we can give him a chili pepper, but honestly, this little painted banana should be pretty good. So the Riggedy Didge Returner, I want to see how you say this, banana ring. Okay. Less you have ruse, loose in your top panic. You'll appreciate the fair suck o' the sauce bottle this gives ya when out in the whoop whoop. Okay. I got no clue on that one, but okay then, that's a very interesting wording of saying that, but sure. We'll definitely grab that. Okay. I think we should be fine. I just wanted to make sure we actually at least, upgrade our weapons, make sure we at least get a little bit of an idea of what we're doing, so we can start off with a perfect start, just in case. Thing is, are we able to find relics inside boxes? That's the real question, because it looks like there's a bunch of boxes on the map. Thing is, where do we want to go first? Also, apparently there's a flag over here. Usually that means we can fight something, but this looks like something completely different. But we'll grab this box over here, just to kind of get an idea. So we got a Rabbid Peach, which is something we technically already have in the other world, but looks like we have a whole bunch of new collectibles, though. Fast asleep while everyone else scrambles to get all the work done. Yet my senses tell me they are dreaming of additional challenges for us. Let's fix the washing machine first. By then, I hope they will all be awake. Okay. So apparently there's a challenge mode here after we're done with everything. Also, it looks like we can find puzzle pieces. Not sure what those puzzle pieces may do for us, but definitely interesting. Also, we got a little bit of a thing over here we can look at. It's a banana stampede. Fall back, turn the herd. You owl-hooting ninnies. Yee-haw. Okay. What's this over here? How in the world are we supposed to get to that cute little sand island? I wonder, perhaps the rabbit with the banana hat can help us. Maybe. So it looks like something to do with the challenges might lead us over there. Okay. And also it looks like we have banana pipes instead of Mario pipes here. But we also have tree pipes as well. That's interesting. Huh. Okay then. We'll definitely take a small look around our little hub world here, because this is definitely the hub. But it looks like that the way they're standing makes you think that this is like an actual fight area, but it's a whole thing for challenges, which is funny. Rabbid Cranky. Don't see one for Donkey Kong anywhere, with the fact that we picked up Rabbid Peach and Cranky, but no Donkey Kong to speak of. Maybe he's over in the one area past everything. Or he could be over here. Let's see what's going on over here. But there's a bunch of different pipes, which is pretty cool. Which wasn't the case in the other world, so that's kind of interesting to see, just in general. And it looks like music. Welcome to the island. Cool. Well, that's pretty nice. Although we didn't see any relics, though, which is a little unfortunate. I was just hoping to find maybe a relic in there to see if our puzzle solving is going to be, like, super, super useful. But it looks like puzzle solving may not lead to relics, which may be unfortunate. Depends on how everything goes, for sure. But Donkey Kong can carry anything when using pipes and dandelions. Okay, now that's an interesting tip. Anything else? Oh, I was going to hope to get another one, but we loaded too quick. But interesting, though, so we can bring anything we're grabbing into the pipes with us, or onto these dandelions that we keep hearing about. Okay, sounds pretty cool. Definitely sounds cool. And also, nice little world. So where are we at? Banana Lagoon. Okay. First world, Banana Lagoon. Definitely liking it. And also we got some new things to look at too. Because, let's be honest here, there's quite a lot to already see and do, as it seems. Legend has it that the wicked pirate Banana Beard shipwrecked here. They say his ghost makes banana custard by the light of the full moon. Banana Beard, you say? That'd be a cool thing to find. Also, is that a... Yep, that's a mermaid rabbit on the front of that boat. But Banana Beard? Honestly, some of the things BeepO says you have to take with a grain of salt, but still, just in general, it's pretty funny nonetheless. Just in general from some of the stuff he says. But that definitely looks interesting. A washing machine pot. Looks like it's an important one too. Quick, let's grab it. Here we go, we got a whole new enemy type, the Collector. Compulsive Curators. Okay, cool, we got a whole new bunch of new enemies too, included into this whole little DLC adventure. Interesting. And it looks like we have a whole new, like, battle type as well, to go with it. Okay then. So how do these collectors work? These assailants of all known as collectors. They steal anything shiny and metal, including all washing machine parts. We'll have to defeat the collectors to retrieve the parts. Quick, before another enemy picks him up. If we don't retrieve all the washing machine parts, not only will we be stuck here forever, but we'll void the warranty as well. Okay then, also they look crazy. Just gonna be honest there. They look evil. Unlike the other Ziggies. So interesting. So we got our normal tropical ones, which they do have villain sight. Okay, so good to know, but they do freezing damage. So they're gonna try and freeze our heads. Other than that, tropical collectors look like they don't attack us. Interesting. Don't know if that's gonna be the case for the whole game, or not, but it looks like we definitely need to drop the collectors in order to get both our washing machine parts, because it looks like there's two of them. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, we'll just get right in there and see what happens, just to be honest. So we did learn that we can pick them up and then go inside. But I'm curious if I can grab Rabbid Cranky to force his ability. That might be something we could do. Let's try it, because we can always... They did say we can grab things. So let's try and do something along the lines of running over here. And it looks like we can toss him. I'm going to say probably want to toss him somewhere where he can hit the enemy. And it looks like he can hit them from here, apparently. But the thing is he has a crossbow and he might want to be, like, close up to them. Like with everything to do with Peach and Rabbid Mario. Because they seem to like to be, like, closer to the enemy in order for it to work. Okay, other than that, we can send Rabbid Peach into here. Let's kind of, like, get around them a little bit so we can get a little closer to the little washing machine part areas for the collectors, since we don't know how they're exactly going to work. so preparing for them would probably be pretty smart. And we could definitely send this towards you. Gonna see something. Just in case, before we do go crazy. Let me look at their stats again, just to figure out what they do. So, health points 130, 25 movement cells. Wait, what? They can run pretty far. Okay, so that makes sense why they don't have any weapons. But they have an escape range, so when we attack them, they do move. And then they pipe range of 10. Okay, they move quite crazy. Okay, so we need to be careful about that one. And let's double check our range. If they do happen to escape into Cranky Kong's range, let's definitely set up a stink eye just in case. And then see what we can do from there. Because we're going to definitely send in a sentry towards this collector over here. And let's see how far they actually decide to run. Oh, we ended up honeying him. So that didn't really affect him too much. Okay, well that isn't too bad. Because what we're going to do anyways is we're going to send in a nice little banana ring. I'm just going to say banana boomerang. But honestly, might as well use it, right? And see what we can do. Okay, we did a lot of damage right there with Stink Eye. And down goes both enemies too. Okay, that did a lot. Okay, not bad. Cranky Kong still has movements. He could go in here. These guys don't attack us. So the best thing for this, I guess, would just be to move over here and just prepare some damage if we can. And I think Barrel of Fun would probably be our smartest one, because then we can for sure do damage. And we also get some vampire damage in, so that also comes in handy. Other than that, Magnet Groove doesn't really work here. I don't know if the... Actually, Hairy Eye might come in handy here. Let's see. If they decide to try and escape where Donkey Kong is, I guess that'll kind of answer that question, because there is still another guy. So let's see where he... Okay, so they don't run very far. Still a little bit, but it's not the worst thing for us, because we can easily work around that. Okay, we really don't dash for much damage with Cranky Kong here. We could definitely blast him with this Woodshop Walloper here, but I don't think that's really going to come in handy in this case. I'm going to say let's definitely... Actually, wait a minute. We can grab this, take it with us, and then we can go through here again, and let's try and get as close as possible. Actually, wait, we might not have to do it that way. We can go over here, yeah, like that, and we can toss our honey block right on top of him, and then it should stop him from running if he decides to try and run anywhere, which might come in handy for us, because, honestly, just in general, that would definitely come in handy for sure. And then I might be able to draw him close to me, actually, so let's try... Apparently Magnet Groove doesn't bring him to us. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I thought it would, but apparently not. Weird. Okay, well let's definitely dash into you, and we'll see what we can do with Cranky Kong here. I'm gonna say... we can maybe we don't need to bounce off him. I was just thinking we might be able to get more range, which it seems like we could... Oh, well, that is not where I wanted to move at all, but I guess we can work with it. So how do we pick up these washing machine parts? Do we instantly get them? No, we don't. Okay, that answers that question. So let's try and get over as close as we can to a safe zone, if we can. Because I feel like we're definitely going to want to be somewhat safe from our enemies here, if we can possibly do so. If only I was a little closer to one of these pipes, we could easily walk right into it. So the movement would have been smart if we had it. So let's try moving Cranky Kong over here. But honestly, may not work for us, but it's at least we try it. And he won't be able to move anyways, so let's see if we can just blast his cover out. And like that, we'll leave him quite open for a free attack here. We can easily blast him too. See if our nope. Tried. I definitely tried, but sadly we can't go for it. But we can definitely hit him with a nice banana ring there, and do a decent amount of damage to him before he starts going crazy, because we don't know exactly how he's going to work. Let's set up our shield just in case, and then I guess we just wait and see what the enemies decide to do. Since they're going to be, obviously, not more collectors, they could have easily been if they wanted to. But we do have a little bit of a problem with them being able to double dash like that. So we need to be a little careful on these Ziggies if we want to be safe around them. Thankfully, our shields seem to block a little bit of that damage, so it's not the worst possible outcome for us. Thing is it looks like... Oh no, it looks like only one of them's going for the villain site there. Oh no, they're both going for it. For a second, I was thinking they wouldn't, because for some reason, when it came to some of these enemies, they didn't like doing double up for just abilities. So it looks like they're kind of changing up their tactics here a little bit for that. Well, in order to be able to move freely, I'm going to say it's probably better if we send out our little sentry with Rabbid Peach's turn here. Because this will give us a little bit of movement here if they try to, stop us from moving. And it should be pretty good, just in general. Okay, not bad. What we can do here is maybe... trying to think of how I want to do it. I think we can grab you. Then can I bounce off somebody? No, I can't. It was worth a shot, just in general. But what we can do here is we can grab you, and then we can go, like, right here-ish, and we'll toss you next to me. And what we'll do after that is try out this ground pound ability, because I feel like it's going to do some decent damage when we actually have a bunch of enemies nearby us. Hopefully, okay, he didn't run. I was worried that he would try and run, but thankfully he didn't. Okay, not bad. So far, so good. What we could do with Rabbid Peach here is jump and grab our little machine part here, because that'll definitely be probably pretty handy to make sure we have those on hand. Okay, other than that, I'm going to say what we can do here is do a nice little magnet groove, make sure they're nice and next to us. And honestly, first time we've actually got to use a magnet-like ability in any of our, adventures with this game, when it came to everything to do with the other characters. But it looks like we might need to move Cranky Kong. Trying to think of how I could do this without hurting my allies. But it looks like that may not be the way of doing this. Okay, well, maybe what I can do then... Well, I want to make sure I get rid of them, though. That's the problem. That's the real problem here. I guess we try it and see what happens. Because maybe Cranky Kong will heal after the fight. I guess we'll find out. Or we can also, heal with Rabbid Peach anyways. So it's not the worst case scenario nonetheless. So it looks like what we can do here... Donkey Kong can't move anymore. So maybe what we just do is we just run for the collector piece at this point. And then get to safety. Because once we collect both of those, I think the battle will be over. Yep, there we go. So, simple as simple it can be. And it doesn't look like we healed for that, which is a little unfortunate. But we will be able to heal once we get into our next battle, simply with the 50% heal that we do have with Rabbid Peach. So we had 9 turns to do that, and we did that really, really quick compared to what they were thinking we were going to do it in. So I'll definitely say that we did pretty good, I think. But the thing is I believe you have to be at least World 1 for this to open. So this takes place in between, obviously, because, Bowser Jr. has Spawny. So obviously this takes place during the main story of Mario, just in general for the Kingdom Battle game, the original, right after probably World 1 specifically. So it makes sense, just to kind of get you a little bit back into the swing of things when it comes to a whole new battle type, and then they'll probably go and, start going crazy the further and further we go, just like they did with the other game. What's going on over here? Oh, the actual treasure chest. I was thinking that was for a different look thing there. An octopus fetching something different for his underwater garden. Yellow is very fashionable this year. Yeah, definitely could be. Interesting, though. He definitely likes his treasure full of bananas, that's for sure. Okay, World 1-3. Let's definitely take a look at that relic we got, though. Just in case, I want to make sure we take advantage of that. I'm going to say let's definitely go for a movement rage now. I feel like definitely grabbing that up a little bit might be smart. Just because movement is a huge thing when it comes to everything to do with the original adventure. So making sure that's up and ready might be smart before we get into our next fight. Let's be honest there. It is definitely a smarter option just in case, because you never honestly know. But here we go. 1-3, here we go. Okay, interesting. So Rabbid Kong definitely remembers Rabbid Peach, that's for sure. But, poor guy definitely did not have the nicest interaction with Rabbid Peach while she was taking pictures of him falling to his doom. But, obviously, his doom ended up not being his doom, because obviously we saw him in the intro for this, but still though, interesting. So it looks like Rabbid Kong's definitely against us for sure. Specifically Rabbid Peach, not really Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky, but interesting though, nonetheless. Now, don't blow your top rate, Rabbid Peach. Rabbid Kong will get what he has coming. Okay then. What's with these, these blue things? I saw them when the map was starting to spawn in. Donkey Kong, check those fascinating surface formations. By hopping on them, you'll be able to leap forward at greater distances. Okay, so Donkey Kong can actually jump around, like, the actual platforms. Is it only him that can do that? Because if so, that's pretty cool. There are a lot of them on the battlefield. Leap across multiple gaps to increase your movement range. Thing is, though, Donkey Kong can't jump on his allies. So how is that gonna work? Also, I see some new Smashers. It looks like they didn't get themselves a new intro for them, obviously, because the Collector is a whole new enemy type. So we've already seen Smashers before, but still though. Tropical Smashers, 180 power for HP, 4 area movement, 60 damage melee. These guys can be dangerous, but thankfully these are a lower variation than the ones that we were fighting in Bowser Jr.'s Chaos Volcano, as I like to call it. But interesting though, but it does have the ability to weaken. So it's got Rabbid Luigi's ability. Okay, interesting. But how do I get Donkey Kong up there though? Oh, he can just climb up. Okay, cool. Okay, that definitely makes things interesting. So Donkey Kong has the ability to just climb up areas. I'm guessing as long as it has a little green area, that normally you would jump off of these areas, but he can climb up those. Okay, cool. Which makes sense. He's literally, he's an ape, so I would think he would be able to climb. But thankfully, because he doesn't have the team jump, he can force himself up there, which is good. Okay. Well, I think we're started. Thing first, though, is definitely get the heal in, just in case. Also, it looks like Rabbid Peach actually took actual damage from Rabbid Kong there, because that was a lot of damage that she had on herself. Okay, so let's see here. So we can jump. We can keep jumping. Okay, interesting. Well, being high ground would actually be nice here. So we can maybe grab you, and then pull ourselves, like, over here-ish? Actually, wait, no. Go back. I want to see what we can do here. Oh, we can grab these blocks, too. Okay, so we can grab the wooden ones. Interesting. Pull ourselves over here, and then what we'll do is we'll move, like, right here-ish, toss him next to us like that, and this should be pretty cool. Oh, Oh, so that's the dandelion jump. Okay. I was wondering what that dandelion jump was. So that's all that. Also, I accidentally threw him off. That was not exactly what I was going for, but maybe I can force him to come in here. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I don't really want to pull that guy towards me, to be completely fair. Well, what we can do here is go for Hairy Eye instead. And then good old Cranky Kong here can figure out something real quick before we do move. So where can Rabbid Peach go first? That's what we should figure out. So Rabbid Peach can go all the way past the purple vamp block there. And then Rabbid Kong can only really go there. Okay. So what we should do is probably move right here. And then what we'll do is we'll probably set up like a sentry in this location, as close as we can to the actual opening there for that pipe. So if they do decide to run towards Donkey Kong here in a second, we'll definitely have a way of dealing with them. Other than that, we do have this guy up here, but I think he'll end up coming down. So I think we can definitely go for something like this. Let's see what we can do. I just want to make sure... Okay, so Grump Jump didn't end up working that way, which is not exactly a bad thing. What we'll do, we'll set up Sneak Eye now, and then we'll figure out what we can do with Donkey Kong here. Because what I want Donkey Kong to do is go for this banana and see what we can kind of do with these enemies. So it looks like it drops the damage a little bit when they actually move. And hopefully, by doing what we're doing, yep, there we go, we completely messed up his entire movements, which is exactly what I would like to see. Okay, other than that, looks like maybe we can get the guy on top. It's a 50% chance. Donkey Kong's going to take a little bit of damage, but we might actually knock out the top guy while also getting vamp damage started. Didn't really do much, but it's still not the worst possible way of doing it. He's got 1 HP. Okay, we're weakened. Thankfully, Donkey Kong's going to go for a nice little banana and bounce him on out, and oh my goodness, okay then. I was not ready for it to work like that, but... Oh, wait a minute, that bounced him out of his honey. That was not exactly how I thought that was going to go. I thought it would still be in the honey. Huh, okay then. Interesting. Very interesting. Not the worst kind of turn. We're kind of figuring out our boundaries, though, to be honest. So it's not the worst thing to happen for, like, some of this stuff to happen, because we're learning the mechanics of 2 whole new characters, because we're so used to Mario and Luigi. So, honestly, you know, it's not the worst thing for that to happen. He is going for... Okay, so they do still go for the double hits. Well, technically, we hit him, he moved, and then he got a double hit out of it. But that's still something we do need to worry about. I'm going to say let's probably go for a long story here, because they are kind of in a weird spot here, and they do have the villain sight on us. So making sure they can't really do that is maybe a good idea. Okay, other than that, looks like she can't really do anything from this current angle. But that doesn't mean that we're in a bad situation. So what we want to do is we want to come down here, maybe. We want to... Can I throw him out of the map? That's an interesting idea. I wonder. It looks like we can. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I'm going to throw you out of the map. I'm going to get hit by this. Hopefully, thankfully it wasn't a crit. Because crits are not what we want. But we can get the out-of-bound bonuses. Interesting. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's pull you guys in. So we're learning a whole bunch of little mechanics here that I'm quite liking. Because being able to do all of that means we could set up some very nasty traps on these guys if we really want to. Let's definitely try and get rid of both of them. Thankfully the vampire block blew up, so we ended up getting some HP back from that. Okay, cool. That's definitely good to see, for sure. Just because I wasn't sure if that was going to be how that worked. But it ended up working that way, and I quite enjoy that. Just because of the fact that I can definitely do some pretty cool tricks if we do it like that. Okay. Other than that, let's see here. I kind of want to deal with the other guy first, to be honest here. Let's see, I can maybe go through here, pull myself out over here. I'm trying to get like a high ground bonus on that guy, if possible. But I'm not really sure how this is going to work. But it looks like hitting him does wake him up, though. Okay. Well, let's drop this on top of you. I think the cover damage on Cranky Kong might be good. Because we can definitely make a nice little, like, kind of trap for enemies if we do it this way. Let's break his cover block, I think. Force him to move. Set up our shield. And then see what the enemies do from there. Do they stay? It looks like they stay asleep. As long as we do that. Okay. Well, it's not bad. They do wake up on our turn, though. Okay. So that's good to know for that. What we do want to do here... Well, if I hit him now, he's going to come running. So maybe we don't want to do that. But we can dash in and then pull out a little bit. I just need to make sure that Donkey Kong gets to the other enemy, I think. And then we should be perfectly fine here. So let's see here. Donkey Kong, on the other hand, what I want you to do... Actually, wait a minute. Ooh, we could grab you, pull ourselves back up here, jump across again, jump over like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And then we can maybe jump over here. And then what I'm going to do is maybe go right here-ish. And let's see here. Because, actually, you know, I'm trying to think of a way to make this work in the way that I'm trying to make it work. Okay. I just want to make sure that she's in range of sending in a sentry while staying out of his positioning. Because as long as he runs towards us, we'll be kind of in a weird spot. But the thing is as long as we do it from a certain range, we'll be able to get rid of both enemies. Because he'll be able to banana-rang this guy and completely, like, get rid of him completely. Okay, down goes one. That's all we needed. Okay. Other than that, what we can do here is definitely grab our bananas, because they're in a weird spot. Because we won't be able to grab them after. Okay, so what I want to do here... So if I shoot him, he comes closer. If I blast him, I'm not really going to do much. I guess it's better to maybe go for the chance of honeying, I guess. And we did get the honey. Okay, perfect. That definitely works. Thanks, game. Okay, and then we'll definitely go for the nice blast with the little crossbow there. We'll see if we can dash and knock him out. Yep, 20 damage. And down goes our new little smasher enemies. Or temple smashers, I guess you can say, based on the fact that they have those little pillars there. Down goes 1-3. Honestly, quite an interesting little battle for sure. Just because of the fact of the whole new enemy types. But Revenge of Rabbid Kong has now been complete. Not bad whatsoever. For sure, that was definitely pretty good. Definitely, I'm not gonna lie there. That ended up being pretty interesting. The ability to be able to throw enemies out of bounds is really interesting. And we can definitely set up some nasty traps on certain enemies if we do it that way. Because we could do a lot of damage with out of bounds damage. Because it does like 30-20. So, early game, that's definitely going to come in handy for sure. And I'll definitely make sure that we can get those bonuses whenever we need them. If I, see a position of getting that in. So, for sure, definitely liking that. You knew. When you said you wanted to show us something, you could have been a little more specific. Rabbid Kong of all the... How did he even get here? And he looked so strong, he must have been working out. Okay, then. Now that's pretty interesting. Okay, so the washing machine that ended up falling inside that area ended up supercharging those bananas. So technically, Rabbid Kong is now, I guess you could say, probably a lot stronger than he was when we fought him as a boss. But that's definitely not looking good, though, because that punch looked pretty deadly. So yeah, that's definitely not going to be good for us. But let's continue. Whoa. So the main body of the washing machine is right in the core of the hideout of Rabbid Kong. Apparently so. Interesting, though. And it looks like it's right over there, so he's maybe our first boss, then. Huh. Okay, then, so he ended up being the first boss in both stories. But interesting, though, nonetheless, though. And it's guarded by an army, somewhere beyond the giant gate that needs 2 keys to open. Wonderful. So doubtless they're scattered far and wide, safeguarded by wicked brutes typical. We need to find those keys and hurry. Hurry indeed, for sure, with the fact that we found a new way to be extra dangerous. But the thing is before, he was just, crazy, but now he's actually kind of dangerous, because he does not like Rabbid Peach whatsoever. Oh, hello. I was not thinking we could actually leave the path like that, but that's interesting. Because I thought this was like somewhere where we couldn't walk, but interesting. Cool, I'll take it. Looks like a couple little bananas back here, but it doesn't really lead to anything. Still cool though, just to get some extra bananas every now and then. Just because that is our currency in this game. Haven't seen any collectibles, though, anywhere, to be completely honest. Which is kind of interesting, just because, the blocks were quite, or, just in general for, anything when it came to, treasure chests, were quite prevalent before when it came to, puzzles and stuff. I'll definitely say we'll try and keep an eye out, and, oh, there's one right there, talking about one. But, honestly, I think this is probably where we're going to end off today's episode, since honestly, today's episode was the intro to Donkey Kong's little saga here, and honestly, just in general for Donkey Kong's story. And I think we definitely, got into the basics of everything. And now that we're, we've gotten a couple battles in, I think we're definitely going to be starting to ramp up very soon when it comes to how the battles are going to go and everything like that. And honestly, it was quite fun getting back into this game for the first time in, I played a little bit in between when I was doing Scarlet and Violet just to collect all the stuff. I didn't do all the challenges, which I was wanting to, finish all the challenges and everything on my own. But the thing is that I did collect every single item and, treasure in the original, game. So that was something I ended up doing. So I have a little bit of, I'm not super, super rusty, but it was definitely, a learning curve to get back into the swing of things, because we are working with some new enemies and new, allies as well. Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong have some new weapons that I am definitely going to have to get used to the learning curve of. But honestly, I had a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it already. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in the next part of our Donkey Kong saga and adventure as a whole. So, keep being spooky, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.